All right, everyone, buckle up because the news cycle is absolutely exploding today. We've got breaking updates, unexpected revelations, and some serious sports talk that you will not want to miss. We're diving deep into the stories that have everyone talking. Get ready for the inside scoop, right here on the Roger Report. First up, a major sports personality reveals the raw, unfiltered truth about a high-profile professional relationship that has completely fractured. We're talking bitter feuds and no going back. Next, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of basketball debates as a former player ignites a firestorm with a controversial take on one of the game's all-time greats, sparking a heated response. And finally, a legendary performance is getting the spotlight, with details emerging about how a championship-clinching moment was preserved for posterity. Stay tuned for all the details and more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. A relationship fractured, no going back. Things have officially reached a breaking point between sports broadcasting titan Stephen A. Smith and NBA icon LeBron James. In a candid and surprisingly candid admission, Smith declared on the recent episode of Gilbert Gil's Arena podcast that there is absolutely no relationship between the two, and more emphatically, no desire for one to ever exist again. There's no situation and there's no relationship, Smith stated plainly. He doesn't like me, and I don't like him. This stark declaration comes after a period of escalating tension between the two personalities earlier this year. The feud, which saw both Smith and James exchange public jabs during various ESPN appearances, culminated in a heated in-person confrontation during a game in March. Smith elaborated on the situation, hinting at undisclosed personal exchanges that fueled the animosity. People don't know the things that have happened behind the scenes, Smith revealed. Things that have been said, who they've been said to. The kind of things that have been engaged in an effort to hurt me, along with contemporaries and others. He specifically called out James for what he perceived as a personal attack on the Pat McAfee Show, a program that immediately follows Smith's own First Take. Smith felt James used the discussion around Bronny James' health to target him personally, stating, "The last straw was him approaching me and turning the Bronny thing into something about me attacking somebody's family, when it was him I was talking about, not Bronny." He expressed his displeasure with James' decision to address him on a platform directly competing with his own show, calling it an insult. Smith concluded his remarks by asserting his intention to maintain a purely professional stance regarding James moving forward, focusing solely on basketball analysis. "I'm never going to denigrate any employer, any partner, or myself by getting into anything excessively, unnecessarily, when it comes to him or anybody else," he said. "I'm going to do my job. I'm going to cover the game of basketball, but if I never ever speak to him again in life, that will be okay. And I'm good with it." This definitive statement signals a complete severing of ties, leaving the future of their public interactions in the realm of purely professional commentary, if at all. The public's reaction has been a mix of shock and commentary on the intensity of the personalities involved. Many are dissecting Smith's claims of behind-the-scenes actions, while others are debating the nature of public feuds between prominent sports figures. The sports world is buzzing about this definitive end to a once prominent, albeit often contentious, dynamic. But the drama doesn't stop there. Get ready for a fiery debate about scoring prowess that's dividing basketball analysts. A wild take ignites a scoring debate. Austin Rivers, the former NBA guard turned podcast host, has once again found himself at the center of a basketball controversy, this time with a bold assertion about LeBron James' scoring ability. On his Off Guard podcast, Rivers positioned Kevin Durant and several other elite scorers as superior to James in terms of offensive versatility, sparking a robust discussion within the basketball community. LeBron James doesn't have half the offensive bag that Kevin Durant has, Rivers stated, but LeBron has been so dominant at the things he does do offensively, he hasn't needed it. He elaborated on his point, suggesting that while James' sheer dominance and longevity have propelled him to the top of the all-time scoring list, his offensive game lacks the diverse bag of skills seen in players like Durant. Rivers described James' style as built on force, sheer will, dedication, his mind, his IQ, the way he's able to dissect and control a game. and power above anything else. He wills himself to the basket. While acknowledging James' unparalleled scoring record, Rivers argued that his game isn't that of a prototypical scorer, and that his offensive repertoire isn't as sexy as others. This assessment quickly drew a sharp retort from former NBA player and current Phoenix Suns color commentator Eddie Johnson. Johnson, seemingly incensed by Rivers' comments, took to X, formerly Twitter, to defend James, directly questioning Rivers' credentials. "What is a bag? This man has over 50,000 career points and Austin talking about a bag," Johnson posted, highlighting James' scoring milestone. He further emphasized James' all-around game, noting, "LBJ is a point guard deluxe and Austin talking about a bag." Johnson concluded his critique by suggesting Rivers, with his career total of around 6,000 points, should be disqualified from such discussions. Johnson, a respected figure with a 17-year NBA career, including 3 seasons as a regular starter and an NBA Sixth Man of the Year award, defended James' scoring legacy, pointing to his impressive point total and his role as a facilitator. The debate has ignited passionate responses from fans and analysts alike, with many weighing in on what truly defines a scorer in the modern NBA and whether James' unique, dominant style fits that mold. The conversation highlights the subjective nature of evaluating players and the different metrics fans and former players use to rank greatness. And speaking of preserving iconic moments, we're about to uncover how one of the most significant championship performances in NBA history was safeguarded. A championship moment archived. In the wake of recent news concerning the theft of valuable NBA memorabilia, including a LeBron James jersey from the 2013 NBA Finals, a former teammate has shed light on how James ensures his own prized possessions are kept safe. Channing Frye, who played alongside James on the Cleveland Cavaliers, revealed that James meticulously secured the gear he wore during Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, storing it in a personal archive. This iconic game saw the Cavaliers clinch their first-ever NBA championship, completing a historic comeback against the Golden State Warriors. "I still have my game-worn, not in the game, but bench-worn jersey from Game 7 of the NBA Finals," Frye shared. "So did Bron. Remember Bron? We had the sleeves. His was torn so that he knew which one was his. So he only wore that one and he kept that one. He didn't let nobody take it. He had people, his shoes, his socks, everything. Put it in a bag and keep it for his own archives." James' performance in that decisive Game 7 was nothing short of legendary. He led the Cavaliers in points with 27, dished out 11 assists, recorded 3 blocks, and added 11 rebounds and 2 steals, all while wearing the specially marked jersey. The Cavaliers secured the victory by a narrow margin of 4 points, completing an unprecedented comeback after trailing the series 3-1. This triumph was not only a monumental achievement for James and his teammates, but also a historic moment for the city of Cleveland, marking the end of a long championship drought for its major sports teams, dating back to 1964. Frye's account highlights James' deep appreciation for his career milestones and his proactive approach to preserving these tangible pieces of history. Fans have reacted positively to this news, seeing it as a testament to James' dedication and his understanding of the significance of his achievements. The meticulous archiving of his Game 7 gear underscores the value he places on his legacy and the memorable moments that have defined his illustrious career. It's a clear indicator that for LeBron James, these artifacts are more than just memorabilia. They are treasured pieces of his journey, carefully protected for himself and perhaps for future generations to appreciate. And finally, we're looking at the intense personal fallout from a high-profile sports dispute that has left 2 major figures with absolutely no relationship. That's all the time we have for today on the Roger Report. We covered a major sports feud, a heated basketball debate, and a legendary piece of history being preserved. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, ring the notification bell, drop a comment below, and follow us on all social media platforms. We'll see you next time.